Welcome to round one. At this point, I already know that I lost the audio for the draft portion of this draft. So I'm gonna repeat here what I said. That drafting with the new client is pretty fantastic. We shall see how the actual game goes here. The actual gameplay goes. Yes, I would like to play first. Yeah, this card I will keep. It's got Sands of Delirium. What more should I run here from this deck? All right. Can play a turn 2 Visionary. I'm not sure we're gonna play a turn 3 Beast Tracker. I actually don't think we will, since we need to draw into more lands and stuff here. Ooh, Rancor. It's actually awesome. Alright, if we draw land at our upkeep here, we are definitely playing the Beast Tracker. Going to grab a big spider. Alright. Alright, Spike Baloth is a turn 4 play. No, I still think I'm just gonna go ahead and play the Beast Tracker. Since chances are we will draw into a land soon, and if we don't... Alright, so we come to my first qualm with the new client, the gameplay. Searching through your deck with it is pretty pathetic compared to what we have in V3. Let's hope they actually go ahead and improve that. Since the cards are much larger than they need to be and clunkier and stuff. Alright, I do not want to attack. Another feature that I like is the red zone, because it means that it's harder for you to actually forget to attack. And by forget I mean, you know, by a misclick. So if he attacks with the Walking Corpse, I think I block. Alright. Signing Blood. Work Lamp Mastiff. Sure. Yeah, definitely blocking. You know what? I think I could actually... I mean, he has a Work Lamp Mastiff, which isn't really much. I think I could just go ahead and play a Sands of Delirium here. And a Rancor on my elf even, if I wanted to. But not really. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and play the Sands. Obviously not going to attack. Because I mean, like, I am at 20 and his only offensive here is a Worklamp Mastiff, which is a 1-1. Of course, I fully expect him to start playing stuff. And by consequence, I'll have to actually play my cards rather than activate Sands of Delirium over and over and over. The good news here is also if he plays like a 3 toughness guy, I can just play Rancor in my Elvish Archdruid, I mean Visionary. Let's go ahead and do this. Million of Plains, sure. Let's hope he doesn't play something like a Griffin or something. Alright, he didn't play anything at all. That's interesting. Ooh, Prey Upon. Alright. I think I could play a Spiked Baloth here. Yeah, I figure so, because like, if he plays... Yeah, the problem is that the Baloth is not really good with Prey Upon. So I think what we are gonna do here is simply attack him with this guy and play a Spiked Baloth with which will hopefully stop his offensive. Not that I'm too worried about, you know, getting beat down by a Warclamp Mastiff, but oh well. Another thing that I do not like about the new client is the fact that, you know, the cards in the battlefield keep constantly moving. That is such a pain. Really dislike that. Another feature that I hope they, you know, change or at least make optional. Alright, Servant of Nepharax. Sure. So he's gonna beat me down for 2 at this point. I may draw into a land here to play the Spider, or if I don't, I think I can just simply play the Rancor on my Baloth and bash. If he wants to block, the Rancor comes back to my hand and I trample him for a bunch. Alright, I did draw into a forest. I still think I'm gonna attack with my Baloth here. Let's see if he chooses to block. I think I'm gonna attack with both. Let's see what he does. Don't think he will block. He'll take 5, go down to 12, and I will play a Spider. Oh, alright, so he chose to. Maybe he has a combat trick. Who knows? I'm thinking he does. Alright, he doesn't apparently. Sure, that works for me. I mean, I'm not sure if I would trade here if I were him, since he actually wants to race me here, because otherwise the Sands will just own him. Let's go ahead and play the Spider. And say go. Yeah, Sands so far only milled one of his cards, but it's a better card when the board is stalled anyway. Alright, Pacifism. Well, even if my Spider is pacified, it's still gonna prey upon stuff here. If he drops something like a Griffin, then I can prey upon the Griffin. Still leave plenty of mana open to play Sands. Alright, this is fine too. Let's go ahead and attack with the Visionary. We still need another Swamp to be able to fully utilize our hand here, thanks to Murder. So he's gonna attack me with his Mastiff. And I'm gonna mill him for a bunch here. Has 24 cards in his library at this point. I'm down to 15. What is that? Let's see. Hopefully something that I can prey upon. Yeah, I can definitely prey upon a Liliana's Shade. Did he play a land? I'm not sure. Let's see. No, he did not. So he'll be able to actually activate his guy here in order to actually kill my Spider. Not that I mind that much, since, you know, it's specified. Let's go ahead and send him up. 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, another qualm of mine is that you cannot actually just go ahead and... Ooh, a Jenny. You cannot just go ahead and detach the graveyard like you could before, which kind of sucks. Ooh, he has the Nepharax. Man, this guy's deck is a beating. Let's see what I draw here. Ooh, Essence Drain. Sure, let's go ahead and prey upon the Shade. And bash with our Visionary. See if he activates his mana to prevent that from happening. I mean, not prevent, but to kill my spider as well. Man, this guy has an Ajani and an Aphorox, huh? Yeah, that's it's kind of nasty. We could play Rancor here even, right? But the problem is that he can just leave his guy back and then my Rancored guy will never get to attack. You know, but this way I would be able to just kill him with my Sands, but oh well. Another thing that I do not like a lot in this client is the fact that, I mean, this thing here, the phases and stuff, it's just way too, ooh, targeting, oh, my elf, alright. It's way too, how should I say, I cannot really tell when we are past one phase without really, you know, looking at this thing here. Before, I think I could, you know, just by peripheral vision, notice that it's a new phase. And here the contrast is way too low, I think. Now that's one of the very minor problems, obviously, but still a problem, in my eyes at least. Let's go ahead and do this, see what other bombs he has in his deck. Alright, Griffin Protector, Blood Hunter Badge, which is a pretty good card that I like a lot. Alright, let's see what I draw here. Ooh, Acidic Slime. Could just play that and, you know, get one of his planes here. Yeah, that should be fine. However, he has like 11 cards in here. Yeah, we should just not do that. He has 11 cards, which means that he's dead in 2 turns, and he only has a Workland Massive to beat me down with. Alright. I think I shouldn't really, you know, mark end of combat stab here. Alright, he just conceded. You know, that's why Sands of Delirium is, in my opinion, the actual best rare in this format. I mean, not counting Mythics, obviously, because there is Jace and stuff. But, you know, Sands just wins the game by itself. Granted, he didn't have much there to attack me with, but still. Vile Rebirth, I did not see Disentomb and stuff from him, I don't think. There's a Ranger's Path, Force Mage, Revive, Plummets. Yeah, definitely bringing in Plummet since he has, you know, Nepharax. Let's sort this by converted mana cost. Man, why can't you just, you know, make these add basic lands thing smaller here? I'm not really sure. That's another, you know, pretty ridiculous non-feature. This should not really be this big. There's just absolutely no reason. It's a weird bug. Swamp with Evolving Wilds text. So what do I take out here? I think I could take out a Spiked Baloth. Acidic Slime is fine because of pacifism. Yeah, I think... I'm not really sure, not even sure. I'm thinking I could take out maybe even a Ring of Colonia, right? Since that takes way too long to actually work, and his late game is probably better than mine anyway. Maybe a Beast Tracker. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take out a Beast Tracker and bring in a Plummet. Not sure if that's even correct, but you know, the Beast Tracker seemed like the weakest link. I mean, one of the Beast Trackers. Right, this hand is pretty good. We have a Recluse, which we can then Rancor, and then a Trading Post. You know, sadly we only have one swamp again, so if we draw into our murder, we will actually, alright, and we draw into another first. Typical. So if it doesn't start too quickly here. Hope he doesn't have a turn 2 play. But if he does, no worries, I have my Deadly Recluse to block it. Super Lion. Yeah, like, I mean, he has a lot of filler, but he also has, you know, bombs. Second swamp. Don't really need that, so I think I will end up using a lot of... I mean, I kinda do need to have a second swamp eventually, but not now. I mean, I have a lot of lands. I'm thinking now we will end up having to use these lands as fodder to gain life off my Trading Post. Shall see. He's attacking. Yeah, I'm not blocking. Not really in a hurry to get rid of the Silver Coat Lion, especially since I can just gain a lot of life with this thing here. Let's see what he plays. Another Lion, sure. Come on, non-land card. Yeah, that is not a non-land card. I think I can... Yeah, the reason I don't really want to Rancor up my Deadly Recluse is because pacifism just flat out gets me there, right? It's not like I'm looking to start attacking now. Since I'm drawing lands, and at this point I think I will have to actually block one of his lions here. Ooh, pacifism? I'm thinking, yes. That's the pacifism. Sure. So we take 4, go down to 13. Next turn we can draw into a no-land, hopefully. But either way, we are going to play... Ooh, Giant Scorpion is pretty good, actually. So I think I'm actually okay with playing the Giant Scorpion here, rather than the Trading Post, since the post will not be active until next turn. No reason to play Rancor, since my Giant Scorpion can still stall his board here, make him unable to attack. And also we don't have an Ferox. That would be extremely disgusting. Alright. What may he have here? I'm not sure, but I don't care. I'm blocking either way. He may have some sort of combat trick, but if that's the case, he's gonna 2-for-1. He's gonna get 2-for-1 here. All right, Glorious Charge, no problem. It's not exactly a 2-for-1 since he did, you know, deal 1 extra damage to my face, but still. All right, Servant of Neferox. Ooh, Acidic Slime. That I like. So we could just go ahead and play the Slime now, targeting the Pacifism. Maybe play the Slime targeting one of his swamps so that he cannot play Neferox. But he has like 1 card in hand, right? And you know, this guy actually blocks Neferox if he has it. This thing wins me life, gains me life. So yeah, let's go ahead and play a Forest and an Acidic Slime. I guess I could destroy a swamp if I really wanted to. Is that even good? I'm not sure. Is that even better than, you know, getting pacifism? Because if I do get a swamp here, he's gonna be pretty hard pressed to eventually play his Neferox. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and blow up the pacifism anyway. And if my guy's back at this point, since I at somewhat precarious 11 life at this point. And if he has Nephrox, he has to draw into a land here. And if he has a land, then he has to draw into Nephrox. See what he does. Sure. I'm gonna go ahead and block with the Slime, since the Deadly Recluse blocks flyers and Nephrox is a flyer. Even though that really will not work so well for me if I don't draw into a land. I mean, I guess I could always display a trading post and make a token to prevent Nephrox's trigger from working. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, let's go ahead and play a trading post here then. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, we have lands to discard to it. Lands we don't really need even. And we have, you know, life to make tokens. I think at the end of his turn I just go ahead and... I mean, unless he plays an Nephrox. If he does play an Nephrox, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and make a token. Otherwise, I'm gonna gain 4 life. Take 2 from the Mastiff. What is that? 4, 5. Serra Angel? Ooh, Essence Drain targeting the Deadly Regulars. Okay, I think this is as good a time as any to mention something else here. The new targeting, like these 4 little arrows that appear on my spider, are really bad compared to the big arrow we used to have. Alright, sacrifice a creature, return an artifact. We do not have an artifact card here so far, so okay. Let's see what he does. He's probably attacking with both, since if not, I can just go ahead and make a dork here and block his attacking guy. Let's see what he does. Yep. Let's go ahead and pay 1 life here. And block his servant. With our goats. That's pretty. Alright, well, what can we do, right? I guess we will just keep on making dorks and blocking his 3 power guy. We are losing 2 life a turn at this point, since we have to pay 1 life to make a token. Alright, let's make a guy here. We really should draw into any creature here at this point. He has 2 cards in hand. Alright, that is not a creature. So I'm at 7 at this point, right? I guess I could just... yeah, I guess I could, like, make a token and rancor it, right? It's not like he will have a second pacifism, I don't think. Yeah, I think I might do that. Let's make a token and just go ahead and rancor it. This way he will just attack with his Mastiff, I think. We will take 2, go down to 4, but then we can start gaining life. This makes it so that we will, if things go like it is going at this point, we will just have to... ooh, duress. Sure. We will simply have to keep, you know, if we draw lands, we can gain for life and stuff. So he took plummets. That's pretty interesting, actually. It may mean that he actually has the Nephrox in his hand. Alright. Take 2. Yeah, pretty positive he has Nephrox if he decided to not let me plummet. Alright, that's a forest that I don't really need. So we can just go ahead and pass the turn. So he's going to attack, I'm going to take it. And then at the end of his turn I'm going to gain 4 life. What is that? Man, another pacifism, huh? Yeah, that kinda sucks. So he's going to attack, and what do I do here at this point? I think I just go ahead and gain 4 life to just negate his attack completely. Yeah. I need a creature, any creature here, preferably a beast tracker. That would be pretty cool. Okay, no block, sadly. Alright, Deadly Recluse is definitely a creature. So he will be forced now to attack with his Mastiff, and I will just immediately gain 4 life off the trading posts. Ooh, now he can play his Nephrox. That's interesting. However, if he does, I'll be able to just simply play my Predatory Rampage and, you know, just completely get his board. He could just go ahead and play it to give Exalted to his Warclamp Mastiff. Yeah, I think he's playing an Nephrox here. Sure. I'll force all of his creatures to block. I think what I'm gonna do here right now is simply discard. He has 1 card in hand, alright. I could discard to just go ahead and gain for 1 life, right? Go down, go up to 5. That seems good enough, I think. Since if I make a token here to block, that doesn't really accomplish anything. I just, you know, I mean, I do have to discard a card, but that's a forest that I don't really need at all. Yeah, I'm waiting for him to place his abilities on the stack. Alright. Let's go ahead and discard a card to gain 4 life here. Then we can just go ahead and take 3 and play a Predatory Rampage to kill all of these guys. I mean, yeah, I think. Alright, so see what we draw here. Another forest, sure. Let's go ahead and play this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attack. With our Recluse, he will be forced to block. I'll kill both his creatures. Alright, so placing the order like this. I'm gonna get to kill both of them thanks to Death Touch. And he's gonna attack me down to 4. And at the end of his turn, I'm gonna gain 4 life. Maybe he has an Ajani. Yep, that seems like it. Or maybe not. Alright, Griffin Protector. It's pretty bad for me. He has 1 card in hand. I need to start drawing into action here. Let's go ahead and discard this thing to gain 4 life. Up to 9. I cannot block, sadly, thanks to pacifism. Man, if I manage to draw into a Sands of Delirium here, things will be pretty good for me, I think. Alright, let's just spike Baloth. Question is, do I play it or do I discard it? I'm not even sure at this point, but I think I do play it. He may have an Ajani that would, yeah, that if he does have an Ajani, that would be pretty bad for me, I think. But I do still have outs here. If he plays an Ajani, I will just go ahead and make a token. Alright, so apparently he's gonna deal 2 damage to my face. Ooh, he's attacking with this guy, and that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting indeed. Has 2 cards in hand. If I take 3, it could be 5. Yeah, I think that's okay at this point. Don't really need to block here. If he wants to pump one of his guys, he can. Alright. Let's go ahead and make a token at the end of his turn here. Alright. Come on, destroy my Rancor. He obviously should have played this thing before attacking, thanks to the ability of the Griffin Protector. Let's see what he does. Don't think he would choose to actually destroy my Rancor. Alright. Let's make a token. Alright, that is actually perfect. I can just flat out get his entire board here. Not attacking. I think at this point I do hope that he draws an Ajani, since he'll probably just go ahead and pump his Griffin and stuff. Alright, so here's what we are going to do here. Declare blockers. Let's block here, then let's block here. Let's see what he does. Nothing so far. We're gonna go ahead and eat his Griffin and try to just kill his entire board. I mean, we don't really kill the Mastiff, but still we are going to be in a very good position here. We sadly cannot go down at 3 life, since that would mean that we would be dead to a second essence drain. So yeah, I'm not gonna try and do it right now here, since I don't really need to, I don't think. Alright, Evolving Wilds. I think I can just go ahead and start attacking him then. See if he has a removal spell. He may have the Divine Verdict, but yeah, maybe not. He drew into a land, it seems. This thing is a sorcery, right? It is. Alright, he didn't even attack. Interesting. Let's discard this thing to gain 4 life. Up to 8. Ooh, Yeva's Force Mage. So if he actually has the card that gives +2/+4 to his guy's still gonna be dead, right? So yeah, that's good news for me. Let's go ahead and pump my guy here. And let's attack. It's just gonna take 6 down to 13. Alright. I'm gonna make a goat at the end of his turn. Yeah. Making a goat. Man, this card is so good. Alright, so there we go. Let's go ahead and attack with the Baloth. I think now he's going to go ahead and block and make his, his combat trick. That's okay. It's one last card in his hand. Alright. No problem. Guess I should have attacked with my Force Mage too. Oh well, let's go ahead and play a Sands of Delirium. Hopefully that will be good enough to lock this game away here. He has 18 cards in his library. What is that, an Ajani? War Falcon, alright. Cannot do much now. And with active trading post, it's pretty impossible to actually race me. There go 3 of his lands and an Attendant Knight. I think he probably has no outs here for me at this point. Sentinel Spider, I'm not even going to play that. Because, 1, I don't need, and 2nd, it could be valuable as a card in my hand to actually gain life here if I really need to. Although I suspect I will not really have to. So at the end of his turn I can just mill him for 7 and then for 6 and then he's dead. Yep. Yeah, Sands of Delirium, not a very fair card, I don't think. Alright, so we got there. See you round 2.